Welcome to the bold analysis. The political class, and especially on the ruling side, is actually playing with a very dangerous virus in this country just because they are on the right side of government. The fact that someone can be abducted for 15 days and then returned back in an environment shrouded with a lot of bravado and propaganda, and the whole thing doesn't seem checked, should worry everyone in this country. When you look at the circumstances under which the 5 abducted youths have been returned, you'd got to doubt everything else with the question of abductor. The country is being made to believe that it is cool to go missing for 15 days, then come back to reunite with your family, and this is done through several propaganda spins that are being created. I'm glad the mainstream media decided not to listen, or rather give coverage to the very fake and unconfirmed statement, or rather letter, from Eric Wamumbi, the Madeira Member of Parliament. Madeira Member of Parliament did a letter and is saying Rigathi Gachagwa's Member of Parliament, and it has to be DP's Member of Parliament, wrote a letter, a very fake, funny, petty, backward letter. I'm writing to request for investigation on activities being carried out at Olive Gardens Hotel Nairobi with regards to ongoing debate on abductions. As we sympathize with the parents who have raised concerns about whereabouts of their children, I believe some people are carrying out meetings in the said facility to organize the fake abductions which are meant to incite the public. I think we got to be serious as a country. I'm even wondering, at the time the parents are agonizing the absence, they were organizing the absence of their children. Today they're being released, and that Member of Parliament shamelessly writes up a letter to defame the Hotel of Olive Gardens. And I'm just asking, if he has an intelligence tip that some meetings are going on there, why do you write a letter? This Member of Parliament must be called out, because as a country, this is a very serious matter that cannot be reduced to petty political shenanigans of fighting Rigathi Gachagua. If you have a tip-off about whatever was happening in that hotel, then you need to tell the DCI. And one thing I'm even wondering is this. So an MP is reporting to have something happening in some hotel, while the security agencies doesn't know. The news we should have been seeing probably is a contingent of security officers dispatched in that hotel, ransacking and of course something. But you don't need to create anxiety and spin at a time. They know very well that the question the country is asking now that they've been found is, who was the abductor? That question is here. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Thank you very much for your support. We are heading to 100,000 subscribers. So we are 3,700 short of it, because we are at 96,900. Subscription is absolutely free. Subscribe to our channel. The advantage is when you subscribe, you shall not miss any of our well analyzed and objective videos. And this kind of trivializing this issue is supposed to make it petty. It's supposed to make it something very small. Well, it's not. It is, started by saying, it is not cool that someone went missing for 15 days only to be found later and returned in a circumstance clouded with propaganda. It is not cool. It is not cool. And such MPs should spare us their shenanigans. I saw the same thing is happening, and I want us to interrogate this. The reason why I'm saying Yoko Kibet Ball today in the evening was confirming to the country about his release. And this tweet was made at 2:34 p.m., which was Leo Sanane. I want you to read this tweet. They dropped me in Luanda, Vihiga at 3 to 4 a.m. leo. Sikuwa najua where to enter or book a room. Kidogo form ya disco matanga came in, danced mpaka 6 a.m. when I went to book a ticket. This tweet, and then there is another one that is asking for this tweet. Do you want to tell me someone who was abducted will still have the need to go to disco matanga? I may be wrong on this, but Kenyans are saying such a tweet was done under the watch of someone who wanted to run a narrative. And this might not be the true position and the consciousness of that Kibet bull, Gideon Kibet. This is a tweet forced by the abductor because it's supposed to achieve an objective. Is it? What do you think? This tweet is supposed to make that abduction something small, that someone just came out, someone even has transport fare to take him to where he is and everything, you know. And I may be wrong on this, but someone, I saw the country saying, Kenyans are saying, this is not Kibet bull tweeting. This was a tweet commissioned under duress, enforced, and even the person tweeting could have been someone very clear on what he wants to achieve. That, I don't know, booked a room. So if it was dropped at, okay, let's assume it was dropped at 3 to 4 a.m. Where would he break the news at 2 p.m.? So Disco Matanga ended at 7 or 6. So between 6 to 2 p.m., where was him? If he was released at that time, where was he? Where did he get the phone? They want to say, you know, I was just comfortable. They want to create that picture and show the country that, you know, this was not something very serious. You know, the fellow was even released and the fellow attended some disco matanga. The people in Luanda can even tell us, where is this disco matanga in Luanda? You know, if someone is dropped in Luanda. on Sunday, there is Monday. So there's a disco matanga on Sunday night. Are they still even allowed or attended some? And this was part of image. This was part of creating the perception that nothing has happened. That this is just something very small. And that is why it is not, it cannot be taken lightly. I have some 5 questions that remain unanswered on this abductions issue. The ruling class told the country that it is not cool to abuse the president and disrespect the president in social media. And they even told the parents to teach their kids to be responsible. I totally agree. You and I agree that use of social media must be responsible. And with its architecture, maybe, there's some social media like Facebook and YouTube that you cannot abuse. There are things you cannot post in those places. You cannot post photos of people naked. You cannot post photos of people in some uncompromised positions and this and that. But then there's some social media sites like even Twitter and I think TikTok. I'm not on Telegram. I don't like it. It's one of the most abused one. That maybe do not have some of those limitations. And so people find themselves breaching. So I agree it is not cool to share the photos of the president and the first lady in such a manner. But there are two things in it. It is also fine that with that breaches, we have the cyberbullying law, and we have the court of justice. The fellows also needed to be presented in court. But wait a minute. The political class is going rogue in public. They undress each other every day in the political podium. We're using unprintable words. And that is why sometimes, as much as we want to blame the parents for what is happening and the breach of our morals, the political elites also, I don't want to call them elites, the political class also share part of this blame. When you look at social media, people using abusive language in campaign trail, people using insults, arrogance, entitlement, and threats while attending political rallies. This culture is being planted in the society partly by the political class. So while we want to blame the parents for this, part of this rot is also by the political class. So we must introspect. So while we defend and said so, why is it? Why is the arrest not getting to court of law? Or it was an intimidation threat? Number 2, 15 days of absence. 5 young people were missing within 15 days. Parliament was in recess. The police are not pursuing the hideout of where these abductors were. For example, today, when you look at the newspaper, the headline stories, I'm yet to see a statement from the DCI or the NAPS, and I expect that probably someone will share this video to Kanja, and Kanja might really think along that line. That you need to show the country, you need to act like you are also worried about the abductor. Why is the state not acting like I also want to know where were they? Instead, that question of knowing where were they has been replaced by some cheap political propaganda that I don't know, some people are planning more abductions in some olive gardens. The country is, we need to be serious as a nation. We need to be serious as a nation. Why is the police not pursuing hideout? Why are they not investigating? There is no statement that we want to interrogate these fellows about that. Number 3, abductions happen all the time. And it's true, in not all cases are normally government. There kuna kwanga na business gone wrong between 2 fellows, and so fellows resort for those extrajudicial means. But then if you ask, I was just speaking to one of very police, a very good investigator and a very good listener of this channel, was telling me, in most cases, mtu akipoteanga, the question they normally ask, they normally go after the motive. Because from the motive, you can pursue the abductor. Now, government have said it is not them. If you look at the age of these young people, they are below 25. They are very young men. What would be the motive if there is no criminal record attached to them? Look at Billy Mwangi. Look at Kibet Bull. Look at Kiplagat, the brother, Ronnie Kiplagat. Look at Peter Muteti. Who is the other one? Bernard Kavuli. When you look at when you look at in the whole this discussion, no one has come out with a criminal record about them. I saw yesterday there's these two gentlemen. One was found dead in Banana yesterday. So I saw a statement by the police saying that one of the gentlemen was killed by mob justice after they attempted to break into someone's to scale up on someone's wall, maybe for robbery. But then the statement has come a day after that mob justice. And the one thing I'm even wondering, if the body was found yesterday, and the police said that, it is not what you guys think. This fellow, and this is the fellow they're talking about, this fellow alikuwa anajaribu kuiba mahali. And I'm saying, if it is that, then the mob justice, kama mewana mob, it cannot be secret. Na kama mewana mob, he should be found there. If someone is killed trying to steal, where would mob carry that body and take that body somewhere and separate it with and leave that body undressed? Now I've drawn this argument from that. On that one, they say there's criminal case around it. Let's buy their point. But then on these 5 people, no one is attaching any criminal case to them. So what is the motive? Blanket thought. Now we are dancing with danger. What will be the fate of such if media, civil society go quiet? Of course, that will not happen, so I'm not going to. Parliament is quiet. When they wanted to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, they took a record 3 days, spending and even sleeping. Some of them, we are told, slept in their offices in Parliament. The president spoke in Homa Bay during a tournament and spoke very positive, saying, I will stop. I think we should see more action on the legislature side, coming up with legal frameworks on 2 issues. Number 1, the protocols of arrest. And number 2, the social media is evolving and different sites are coming out. Is it time to go back and look at that cyberbullying act? Fine. Because it's true. This and I want to be very objective in this. It is true that some people also, not all of us went to media school. Not all of us have all ethics in it. I'm glad on people doing political commentary, we remain within the ethical standards. So we might not be able to share those filthy photos. But then, the children of this country, some of them may not be sensitive to it, and in fact, it's prone to abuse for some even political. Some can even be used by other politicians to pursue their interests. Some is unlimited, or rather unchecked expression of rage. And so, Mr. President, you'll expect in future, I agree with what someone said, that the next time someone will also share such a photo of the pastor, the other one it will be such a photo of your boss because you've differed with him. The other day it will be, all manner of things. Or children will start exposing such photos of their parents because they have differed. And I agree, there is a problem. That's one thing we agree, there is a problem. And if there is this problem, the 15 days missing and putting people in communicado and all that cannot be a corrective measure. Because I'm not sure that not all of us will have the artillery, the machinery to do what has happened. And that is not a precedence. As some people said, we must close the door on abduction. The same way we must close the door on misuse or sharing of explicit content in the digital spaces. Guys, thank you very much. I have a case I want you to help us, lawyers around this place. I've just received a call, and this is also not an analysis, and if you have an organization that can help, you also have some idea, you can also share with me. There is a mzee, 72-year-old man, who's, I want to explain it, brother ya bibi yake, mtoto ya brother ya bibi yake, who is now his in-law, his brother-in-law, alipatikana with some rape case. Then huyu mzee akakuwa convinced, I don't know how he was enticed, after huyu kijana ameshikwa, kwenda kusimamia kijana. Akisimamia kijana kotini, bond and all that, and even used his title deed in some Kibet law court. The case is in Kibet law court. So apparently yule kijana mwenye mzee alimsimamia, remember huyu mzee alidanganywa, alikuwa plego hapo kama grandfather. So the fellows argued that because mzee is old, yeye wacha yeye aende ndani because yeye atafungwa miaka kidogo. Now that young man who was accused of rape disappeared, and mzee is now locked in the store area. So one of the sons to this mzee has reached out to me and is seeking legal advice. So lawyers here, or if you work with an organization that can intervene in such cases, I normally say in this podcast, it's not normally just about the politics. We are also providing solutions to problems that really matter to us. You can get to me so that I can refer this case to you and really help give a legal advice on this. Thank you.